Ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan Wicks, the one and only.
Hello.
Good to see you again, my friend. You finally get to meet the one and only Brandy Canaley.
I was saying I know people through screens all the time. I've seen you on LinkedIn. Just watch the Good Morning Hospitality all the time. Big fan.
He's a watcher, not a listener. So
I'm a watcher. Yeah, on video.
I love that.
Yes.
Jonathan, let's cover some quick high-level stuff. Well and good. Give us a 30-second spiel. What do you guys cover? I know that we got to chat, talk, whatever, on Slick Talk, and covering your story, covering your industry in the sense of service-based, like focus in short-term rentals. Let's give the listeners a quick high-level overview for you.
Yeah. So Well and Good Professional Services is a full-scale servicing company. We do everything on the turnover side, bundling 3 core services: the professional cleaning, the linens and the laundry, and then all the guest essentials. So we supply those necessary components and we execute on the turnovers fully. So we partner with managers or hosts that are doing their side of booking the guests and making sure the guest experience is amazing. And we take care of that on-site turnover process.
And as an operator, like those are some of the most difficult
Yes.
and stressful components of the business. And so you have this focus on kind of operations, the human capital side. So kind of how do you go about organizing that? Who are your good partners?
Yeah, so we are a human forward company, and a lot of people in our organization that work in the field each day, as well as in our company representative support. And we're reliant on the partners that we work with. And one of them is Breezeway, where they automate all of our tasks. We work with so many different managers that use different property management softwares. And it's nice to be able to consolidate all of those through Breezeway. And that side of working with tech providers allows us to stay on the human side and to work with our professionals, being very culture forward in the work that we're doing in the field.
Yeah, well, I think there's kind of this, tendency to want to build your own tech. And,
Right.
that's the kind of a shiny object off in the distance.
Everybody
So
wants to be a tech company.
I know, but, I commend you for being like, this is what our core focus
Yes.
is. And, that's what we're good at. We're going to stay true to that.
Focus is everything, and that's something that this industry is learning as it expands and becomes a big part of modern travel. We can't have one size fits all solutions. There is a need for focus and a need for excellence within that focus. And so we've said that on-site people servicing that is needed to happen each time, we're going to own that and obsess over that side. And we hope and expect that our partners on the tech side or on the management side are obsessing and excelling at their side as well.
Yeah, I think it's fun when you're in a position like you're in where you have these great partners like Breezeway. You can kind of almost help influence the product map a little bit because you're using it not just for one management company, but across many. So you really see all the different use cases for the product. You are in it. And I think that is a really great position to be in because you can kind of get your tweaks added.
And there's not been a company who has scaled a full scale servicing company yet. So we're kind of in uncharted territory where some of the tech is working to adapt to a larger servicing company that works with multiple clients and things. And no doubt, this is a lane that we're forming, and it's great to have partners who are kind of helping adapt some of their products are to fit the role that we're filling.
Yeah. Well, you must be doing a good job because you've won an award here.
We won an award.
Congratulations, Housekeeper of the Year. Is that correct?
The Excellence Award for Housekeeper of the Year. Awesome honor. This was something that, it's one of those one person walks up and accepts the award, of course, but my gosh, I told our whole team about this. Like, it is about the work that every one of our professionals do every day. We make guest ready homes, and it's hard work. Like, that's just, there's nothing harder in terms of the physical work than getting the home ready for the next guest. And to be honored as the Housekeeper of the Year was an awesome honor, and super proud to have won that on behalf of the team that we have.
Yeah, you're so right. The housekeepers really are like providing the service, like that is the backbone of the company. So I'm so happy that you guys were recognized for that because it is really, it's a laborious job. So
and it's often the nameless and the faceless people among our industry. They don't get the recognition. Folks like this are working a lot of times. They only hear about the negative. They hear about when there's a problem. They hear about when it's not cleaned right. And we've always wanted to shout out the good with our teammates that are doing great, but to see it on a national industry level recognition is really awesome to them. Yeah.
Well, that's why I love, for all the people watching the video version, the and symbol on your shirt. It's not a or mentality, it's an and mentality.
It includes everyone. There can be a win for every group of professionals within our industry. It is not just a win for the tech groups or for the managers or for the servicers. I think that each group can have that and mentality, and we can make sure there's wins for everybody. And that's been our goal, is to try to bring the wins for the servicers, for the people that are doing the work in the field. No one deserves it more. There's no question.
Well, it's funny because when we did our first interview together, you guys have been operating pretty, I would say, quietly. You know, I finally just got to meet you this year and was like, dude, I had never heard of Well and Good. And to see that you guys have been putting in the work first and not just coming out guns blazing, let's get media, let's do this without having the operations dialed in, it just speaks volumes. And so I'm curious with the current landscape that we're in of quality versus quantity. You know, like I think a lot of people used to be like attending VRMA and wanting to be like, how many doors do you have? What's your unit count, right?
Or how many markets is
exactly like we're a very vanity metric focused industry sometimes. Now I feel like the conversation is really shifting to where like Well and Good's so well positioned. So where do you guys see that like balance of like, yeah, scale is important, but quality is even more important?
I think we're going to continue scaling like a service company, which means we need to continue growth. Growth is a big part of our agenda as a company, but it is sustainable growth. And that means that we are not going to, just simply turn a switch and be active in every market in the country. That'd be impossible. We partner with local managers to be able to grow our footprint nationally. And that's going to be how we continue. I don't think we can be obsessed with any particular type of growth, especially logistical. We want to be obsessed with the quality type of growth. Like that is what happens when right now with our partnerships that we have with managers. I'm super excited about the growth. 2024, we were only in 3 markets last year at this time, and we're in 13 now. And so I don't know how much faster we can go as a servicer company. But we're on a trajectory.
33 markets next year.
33. It's possible. I mean, I think we will go as long as our service can remain the excellent service that it is. And I think that's what our team is obsessed over, is continuing the excellence. They know the growth is coming. They're excited about the growth too. Even folks that maybe are housekeepers in Scottsdale, they know that what they're doing is creating a roadmap for folks that are in other cities that don't yet have Well and Good, but they know it's helped them in their life, and they want to literally forge the trail for folks that are outside of their market. So it's a collaborative effort on the growth side.
There's a quote from another podcast I was listening to, and it's all about founderism, right? And there's 4 things founders need to focus on, or CEOs, right? It's the culture, the vision, hiring and firing managers and leadership, and also making sure that allocated profit is being properly reinvested, right? So what would you say for any property managers that are wanting to focus on like quality versus quantity range? Like when those 4 pillars kind of come to mind, what would you say like to them? Like what's the number one for you, and how does that make a ripple effect decision-making in the company?
I mean, we first and foremost, we invest in our people. I mean, like that's the thing. We don't do a ton of marketing. You've seen that. Like it's me basically, and we don't do a ton of tech investments, things like that. I think that we invest in our people first and foremost, and that is like the basis of it. So you mentioned, where the money is spent. We want to spend our money on our most valuable asset, which are our teammates, and growing internally. Like there's so many people that have come in at one phase of our company and grown their way up to leadership, and our leadership comes from within, and that's where our focus is investing in the people.
I absolutely love that, because it really is all about the people. And like we talk a lot about like shiny distractions. And I think that especially when you come to a conference, maybe you hear an idea, you're like, that can be this maybe big, crazy distraction, but focusing on the core and focusing on the people. And I absolutely love like providing someone starts as a housekeeper, but they can see the upward mobility of like, if I work hard, if I stay with the company, I can be in this managerial position, this leadership position. That is so fantastic. And it builds that loyalty, which also provides a better service for your clients.
We've seen both sides. We've seen housekeepers come and have these incredible talents of leadership and management, and they have just rocketed up our company. We've also seen housekeepers who love housekeeping, and they get to be completely content and fulfilled within their role, because just because you may not be moving into a different role does not mean you're not progressing in your career. And our housekeepers get better every day, not even having to change roles, but they know that they're being seen, they're being respected. They're literally paving the way for the best level of servicing that our industry's seen. So there's mobility for our folks to move up even to a different role, or to just be even better at their current one.
Yeah, I love that. It sounds like a great place to work.
Yeah, it is a great place to work. Yeah,
That's why
well
they
and good
want an
professional
award.
services.
Yeah, I guess
It's
that
true.
all makes a lot of sense.
I agree.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. It's been so great talking with
Thanks
you.
for having me. It's
Thanks for
awesome.
having me.
Appreciate you guys. I'm a big fan. Like I said, big fan.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.